Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. I'm Christina. Today we are talking about how and why I bought a Kindle Oasis in 2024. If you are here watching this video, I'm assuming you probably know what a Kindle is, but in case you don't, the Kindle line is developed by Amazon. It is a line of e-readers. You can read all types of publications, whether they're books, magazines, news articles, and also tap into audiobooks from this e-reader device. They've come a long way. Amazon, as you know, rules the world, and they have become much more friendly in the most recent years to annotators and really avid readers. Before we jump into what I am doing, what the heck am I doing with buying a Kindle in 2024, let's talk about the Kindles I already have, because I am adding to my collection, as you can see by the title. I think you have to have at least 3 to have a collection, and now I have 3 Kindles, so let's talk about it. Okay, so when I started reading again and really diving back into my reading journey in 2022, the very beginning of 2022, I borrowed a couple books from the library and quickly realized that I do not like carrying physical books around. Around the house was fine, but obviously I want to read when I'm sitting in the doctor's office or, you know, on the road, taking a road trip. And so I was like, what can I do about that? And my best friend had a very old Kindle, and she mentioned that she had one, and I was like, I need to try that. So the very first Kindle that I bought was a very basic one. This right here is the 2019 Kindle. I don't think it even has a name. It's just the Kindle. Like I said, it was released in 2019. It is very small, has a standard screen. I will drop the links to these below so you can see the specs and stuff. That's not what this channel is. This is definitely not a tech review channel. And I loved it. I love the white color. Most Kindles come in like darker colors. This year they came out with a white, and I love this. This has become my purse Kindle. It's a thing. I carry this around everywhere I go, so I always have something to read when I am out and about. Then at a certain point, I was like, I want to up my game a little bit. What are all the reading girlies using? And so I purchased a Paperwhite. This is the 2021 Paperwhite. It has a bigger screen. It also has warm backlighting, which is great for your eyes, for different ambient light or for when you're in the dark. I really like this. It's the current book I'm reading, and I love this one so much. This is definitely more comfortable around the house when I am just laying around and want something to read. My Kindle stays in my purse, and this one is kind of my home Kindle. I've added a pop socket on the back with a clear case, and it just provides like all the comfort that I need to read. Okay, so now let's get to the Kindle Oasis. So as I said, the Kindle Oasis is my 3rd Kindle. I know, it's crazy. I can only read one book at a time, right? As you can see, I am justifying these purchases by giving them different uses, but there's a couple reasons why I bought this, and it's kind of crazy because if you know anything about the Kindle line, the Kindle Oasis, this is it right here, was actually released in 2017. I think they had another release in 2018, so it's actually older than both of the Kindles that I just showed you, but it has some really special characteristics that we'll talk about, which kind of like pushed me over the line to purchase. I am also noting that as of 2024, when I am filming this video, Amazon has discontinued the Oasis, which also kind of pushed me over the edge to purchase. I had been looking at purchasing an Oasis for a long time, but if I'm being completely honest, this was at a really high price point. Even with it being an older Kindle, like 2017, 2018, when it was readily available on the internet, it was retailing at about $240, and I just could not justify that when I had 2 cheaper Kindles, or I didn't have them at the time, but there were other options out there, and so it just didn't make sense to me. But now that it's discontinued, there are a couple reasons why I scoured the internet for the past couple weeks to find one and finally got my hands on one. Number 1 is the FOMO. I had FOMO, y'all. I am in a couple Kindle groups on Facebook, and I follow a lot of reading Instagrams, and I saw that people had them, and once I heard that you could no longer get them easily, people were waiting up at like 2 o'clock in the morning to get them on Amazon or find one that was like refurbished on Amazon. This is one refurbished from Amazon. I just didn't want to miss out. The prices were kind of going up and down, but I saw some people were getting some on good deals, and I was just like, I just had to get it. I consider myself a reading girly now. I have a goal of 101 books for 2024. I am already at 40, I think 2 books as of now when I'm recording this video. And so this is another reason why or how I'm justifying the Kindle purchase. And knowing I wasn't the only one that was trying to get their hands on a Kindle in 2024 made me feel a little bit better. Next is the color. So I'm an aesthetics girl. I think I mentioned earlier that most Kindles come in darker colors. I was able to get my hands on the 2019 version that I have in white, which I absolutely love the aesthetic of. This Kindle Oasis comes in 2 colors. It comes in a graphite color, which is like kind of like the apple like space gray color, but it also comes in this color. This lighting is not going to do this justice, y'all. This is what Amazon calls the champagne gold, and when I tell you this is like made of like my rose goldish like dreams, it's wonderful. So that is another reason why I wanted to get it. I doubt that they will make another color like this unless they shock me. So I had to get my hands on it while I could. If they're not going to go outside of the neutral and black colors, then I had to have my hands on this. The next thing, which is a key characteristic of why people love the Oasis, are these buttons here. So we haven't seen buttons since the Oasis, even though this is an older Kindle. And basically these buttons are page turning buttons, which is really, really cool. So as you have your Kindle on, which I don't have this on any book quite yet. Like I just did an unboxing of it, or I need to edit a reel for an unboxing of it. But these buttons right here turn the page, and this is really, really convenient. As you can see on the other Kindles, there are no buttons. You have to swipe, which works just fine as well, but the buttons are really unique characteristic of the Oasis, and from what people say, really, really comfortable and really, really convenient, and I think I'm going to enjoy using them as well, so I didn't want to miss out on that. You can still also swipe on the Oasis too if you don't want to use the buttons. So just noting that. The next is the size. So not the screen size. The screen size is very much similar to the Paperwhite that I showed you earlier, but I'm talking about the overall size of the Oasis and just kind of the ergonomic effects of it. So it feels more like holding a book, which is why I was really, really excited about getting it for. You can see it has this kind of like beveled area here, you know, for you to hold in your hand, or you can flip it if you're left-handed, which I think is cool, and the screen automatically flips. But you hold it in your hand with this bevel and can push the buttons with your thumb or whatever finger is more comfortable for you. And it kind of gives the feeling or like the weight of holding a book without it actually being a book, which also appealed to me. So I've given you 4 reasons as to why I wanted to get the Kindle Oasis in 2024 when it's an older Kindle. But let me talk about the downsides, because there are some downsides to it, or some things that would make it not a necessity for most readers. The first thing that I mentioned at the beginning of this is a discontinued Kindle. So are they going to be providing updates for it? They being Amazon, are they going to be providing updates for it? Probably not. I don't know what the status of that is right now in 2024, but eventually, if they haven't already, they're not going to be providing updates for the software on this. So some of this is going to become really dated probably pretty soon, which is unfortunate for those who really, really like the Oasis. The next thing is the charging port. This is a micro USB charger, y'all. Like this is giving very much like mid 2000s. It's a micro USB. In the world we live in, when every device that we have is USB-C, this feels very dated as well. Thank goodness I have other devices that are micro USB. Actually, this Kindle, the white one, is also micro USB. So it's not like a big deterrent from getting the Kindle Oasis, but it is something to think about because it just, again, makes your product feel very dated. And then the third thing, which is specific to the Champagne Gold Kindle, is that it only comes in 32 gigs. 32 gigs for a cell phone is not a lot. 32 gigs for an e-reader when all you have are text documents, non-colored text documents, is so much storage. I think both of my other Kindles come in 8 gigs, and I have nowhere near that many books, or that I don't need that much storage even at 8 gigs. So 32 is huge. Of course, it's a trade-off. It's something that I wanted to get, so I'm living with it. But that's just something to keep in mind for the price point if you decide that you want to scour the internet, because you will have to scour the internet at this point to get an Oasis. If you're looking for the Champagne Gold color, it might affect the price. So just pointing that out. And there we have it, y'all. Why I bought a Kindle Oasis in 2024. You heard the reasons to why. They're probably not great reasons, but they're reasons for me. They work for me. And also some downsides as to why maybe a Kindle Oasis is not the best purchase right now. There are rumors going around the Kindle community that Amazon is coming out with a colored Kindle next year. So we'll see how my Kindle lineup, I think we can call it a lineup at this point, will change when that happens, because I would love to have a colored e-reader. But this is where I'm at right now. I'm still very, very happy with my purchase. I can't believe that I actually got one, and I plan to put it to use very, very soon. Thank you for hanging out with me, y'all. This is not a tech channel. It's just something that I love to use, my Kindles, and I wanted to share it here with you guys. Let me know in the comments, are you an e-reader person, or do you prefer physical books? Or maybe you like reading on a different device. Let me know in the comments below, because that works as well, as long as y'all are reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this video. I really appreciate you being here. You can also head over to xo.christina. That's where I am on Instagram, where you can see all kinds of planner things that I do over there. This is usually a planning channel. And yeah, check me out. Again, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you soon. XO. Bye, y'all.